Yeah, it's early in the morning here in Vrindavan. Temperature's running around 7 Celsius. I just wanted to, in the morning right when you wake up, it's nice to talk about something that you feel strong. Or it comes out like a hit on the head that you should have known, but now you have some feeling for it. That is, it doesn't even have to be a reality that it really happened. Although it is documented by the Buddhists, that's documented, but it's a meditative position on what pains were provoked on the body of Jesus. I don't even want to say Jesus. His surname or his initiated name, and let's take it in that place, because that's the name he referred to himself as when in the Buddhist monks in Kashmir. Krishna, not Krishna, but similar, and changed to Christo. Okay, that being the case, remember, this doesn't have to be a reality. We don't have to say, okay, they can't prove it or they should prove it, because to try to ask somebody to prove love, and for, that's the most difficult thing that there is. So he arrives. This is after the crucifixion. He arrives. And this is like what they call a mindset, or like you get into a whole way of thinking and inner thinking. But this mindset, he arrives in the Himalayas, Kashmir, and he's identified as the Dalai Lama by the Buddhists, because they say that he's talking so high and so elevated. He knows their language. So high and so elevated. He must be a Dalai Lama, resurrected. Not just a common man that was resurrected in 3 days, but a man who was actually above being man. Person being above. He's far above this. He's the Dalai Lama. He's totally realized. But the most important part here is that he has wounds. Now the wounds were not being able to be taken care of. As a matter of fact, he comes with a family. Put that mindset. He comes with his family. And he stays there a year. Practically every day. Practically every day. The monks have to reset, clean the wounds these wounds. If, okay, he was nailed to the cross and now he's walking around, so these wounds are actually just cured, and there's no really reason to worry about him. He's above, all this material stuff, and he isn't really suffering. So that's one way of thinking, But here he is. He's wounded. They're cleaning his wounds out. It's described that they're taking pus and blood. They're trying to get the blood to flow. I had a good friend on Pediatra, and there was this one city by name Junction. We were around Junction City in Florida. That's you're just about going into the southern part of Florida. Once you pass Junction City, that's it. West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, all the way down to Miami. So in Junction, this one man, he saw us, and we'll call him David. So David told us, no, you're staying overnight in my place. And he's a fruit man, so he has a fruit vending place with all the fruit that we want to eat is there. He made us pull our bullock cart over. With his car, he's got a double cab. This big Chevy double cab, double tank, double everything. And he makes us pull over, park our bullock cart, and be guest of his. So then, in the Vietnam War, that person was shot 9 times. I can't even imagine being shot once. And he had bullet wounds to show you that he was shot 9 times. And he'd say, I'm from the family of Jacob, and they couldn't kill me. Oh, while we were there, he had gone into the, because there's a lot of swamp around that area, and he had gotten cut on the foot, and then the foot had gone into a case of gangrene. So he disappeared for one day. We stayed there. It was all right place. About 3 days we stayed. And then when he did come back, I asked him, what's going on? What happened? He said what had happened is he had gotten gangrene on his foot. And because the blood wasn't flowing, he said, I had to do emergency action. He took his Bowie knife. Anybody knows a Bowie knife? It's a big, sharp knife, big, long knife. And he went into the swamps so that he could yell there and not be heard by everybody. Matter of fact, he was married to his wife was one of the original Indian families in that area. I think they're called, I can't remember the name of the Indian families in that area, but she was one of them. So he went into the woods with his Bowie knife and a good beers, quite a bit. And he got drunk, and then he just started cutting into his wound and sucking the blood. And he was describing it to me, how he was cutting into the wound and yelling and just trying to get the blood to flow. And that's what he did. He would suck on it and try to get the blood to flow. I'm telling this because here is a person, son of God, And he's been quite a few days without anybody taking care of his wounds. And they said, the monks were describing how they had to clean out the wounds. And they had to get pus out of the wounds. And we're talking about not 4 wounds, there's 5 wounds. There's also a side wound where they put the spear in there. This is a fantastic, you don't want somebody to suffer, but this is a fantastic thing to become aware of. I think Krishna Rose would probably be able to describe it in a very vivid way. Oh, here they are. I'll say it again. They're taking the pus out. And it isn't a one-day thing. It was many days. They had to every day take this out. And they found that they had to take herbs, special herbs, and put them in the wound so that they would absorb whatever bad was there. So everybody would probably think, oh, he miraculously was cured and he could walk now. Well, he had a cane for the rest of his life. And you understand? For the rest of his life, he used a cane. This is hidden because anybody hearing this wouldn't be able to bear hearing it. That he didn't suffer only 3 days, you guys. He didn't suffer 3 days. He suffered the rest of his life. He was damaged for the rest of his life. Okay, maybe it's a big lie. I don't think so. Not with where it's written on not paper as we know it, but on like the scrolls. I don't really know exactly the type of material it's written on. And not only that, but it's written in an ancient form of Sanskrit, difficult to translate. With all that, there is just no way that it isn't true. And these written papers, they were known by the British. And they did go to that monastery to take them. And as they were coming up the hill, the monks were warned that the British are coming. So they took them all and hid them. And when the British came, they said that we have none. Pretty smart guys. When the British left, people asked him, why did you say this? He says, because the British didn't come to help. The British came to take. They pretty well knew the ambition of Britain was to hide things. Again, oh, it's not true. But you really don't even have to think that it's true or not. You don't go into that mindset or mood or whatever that you have to prove it to me. No. What if it is true? What if there's a 0.5% that it is true? That here he is. He had to walk. And I'll tell you, he walked the same path that Moses did after not entering into the promised land. Same path. It's well marked. Everybody knew it. It's a trade route. And he walked it right, the same place. It's nothing surprising. Nothing surprising for some people. So this is a very incredible way to meditate. But this also brings up another point that's really incredible. Oh, I can love Jesus in so many ways, but he cannot. I can love Jesus, and we can have a personal thing, but he cannot. He can't have a wife. No, he can never have a wife. This will ruin my meditation on him being mine. You can feel it. People may say, yeah, love Jesus in so many ways. But if they were to know, oh, he had a wife. It can't be. This ruins my whole meditation that he's my husband. So he can't. I can. I'm able to. But he can't. This is not a serving mood. This is a dominating mood. It's not something that's progressive. It's not something that's going to help you out in meditation. Because it's envious mood. To see that he has so much affection for someone else is not inspiring to the person. This would not be an inspiring situation. This would be a very envious situation. You can't, but I can. It's another point in the manner of people trying to meditate on a personality like him. They have no leeway to think that he can love everybody at the highest, even to the extent of lying in the position of paramour, in the position of a man that's married and going to see another wife, or what you could say lover, not wife, not accepted as wife. No, he could do that. It would be legitimate. Don't you try it, but and that is a point brought up by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. 1971, he brings it up. That the famous statements of Jesus point towards that paramourship, that ability to love everybody at the highest. At the highest. Not just like loving dogs and cats or their exchange with you. Not just like that, but at the highest. At the paramourship. Yeah, something to think about. Maybe I'll see if I can send this to Krishna Rose and see if she can give a nice statement about it. I wish I had more. It's hard to stop because I'm just trying to see what else it's just, it could be this could be a video of 2 minutes. But you have to start explaining things and it loses the taste. He had wounds. He was walking on wounds. He had pus coming out. He had blood that they had to take out. Maybe they sucked it out. Maybe they just cut it out. Then they had to put herbs. Then he walked for a cane for the rest of his life. It gives you an incredible feeling. Not that all of a sudden he's gone, he's back up and goodbye and it's happy days again. He had more work to be done. He didn't come for just those tribes. There was 12 tribes, 7 of them went to the east. They went to the east. Some of them may have stayed without getting all the way to India because they were traders. Traders in the way that they make money by trade, not traders. So 7 of them. And he went to see them. He gave them 16 years and he gave the other 3 years. So there must have been some loving exchange there. 16 years and 3 years. There must have been some loving exchange there. But Jesus of the West is only known for 3 years. Jesus of the East is known for 16 plus. Not 16, it's 16 plus the time that he lived after the crucifixion. So, there's more to him that people don't understand. More to him. Okay, I'll leave it at that.